Ik eich Satini, Johan, Nila Aya. Good to see you, everybody. Nila Toga here. And Shuk Sunny Keek and I are excited to host you today. It's week 11, day 1. So this is our last week of class, and we have today and Thursday. So we originally had talked about doing breakout rooms today. However, after some consideration, we decided we'd like to actually show you a video from celebration today so that there's time to watch. And then if you have questions about the dance group, you can ask us if there's time afterwards, or if there's not, you can email me your questions, and Shaksani Keek and I will get back to you.
So if you want to share any knowledge you have about the songs or the dances with us, some of you might already know the group, so that would be fun to have that.
Yeah, that would be fun. The group we'll be showing today is the Mount St. Elias dancers from Yakutat. And we know they're a huge crowd pleaser. They're a very exciting group. And we were talking about how at celebration, when the Mount St. Elias dancers are coming on stage, you can just hear the rumbling of people's footfall coming to watch. But before we get started, Shaksani Keek, was there anything you wanted to share, or do folks have questions or comments?
I had a question. I know that it was brought up before, but I never heard if what you guys' plans or thoughts were about a continuation of the class in January.
Yeah, well, we will continue in January, and we'll start back up in conjunction with the Juneau School District calendar. So our first class next term will be Tuesday, January 10th. It'll be new material for folks that were here, but also we welcome new students. So if you have friends or family that want to join who weren't able to be here this fall, that's also completely fine. And I think Lingit and Haida will be posting a promotional flyer soon as well. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions or comments?
The dance group performance is quite long, so if you have questions, you might send it to us. But I want to do a quick introduction of the dance group. The the Tlingit tribes extended all the way from Cape Fox down past Ketchikan, all the way up to Yakutat, maybe even Cordova, and the other group that language is supposed to be extinct. But the group, as they perform, what I want you to notice is their the outfits that they wear are shirts, and they readily talk about the fact that the Athabascans had a big influence on the kind of clothing that they use, but they still use felt. Some of them, I think there is still some who has moose hide. But the the shirts that are used today, it used to be the shirts were made specifically for one person, and it only fit that one person. But now the way they make the shirts is that it has very roomy arms and throughout the body, with the beautiful decorations that they work on to put. And if they have the V design in the front of their shirts, that is truly Tlingit, Northern Tlingit design. I think Haynes carries that quite a bit, and it used to be Angoon and Cake did that too, is to have the decorations that was a V design in the front of the shirt. And the way the shirts were made was you make the shirt and with no collar and enough to fit the head through. And then what was added was around the neck some beadwork, and the way they handled it, and I think all the tribes do that, all the different villages do this, is they take a patch of material and do all the beadwork on it and attach it to the sleeves and also to the hem of the shirt, and maybe even the epaulets on the shoulders are added, just depending on the person. And these shirts are now passed on as a big ceremony when somebody passes away. I did get to see one of them. So, and the dancing style is very exciting because they're quite an athletic group. It's the dancing is not too much like the southeast, further south, that where everybody just marches in, but they do the entrance, and then they do the different dances, and they explain where the song came from in the dance. It used to be, I think, the Aleuts would come and challenge them to a competition. So there was a lot of fun these activities that they had. I guess in the one that we chose, that George Ramus is giving a good description of his outfit, which is probably really good to hear, so that it probably applies to all the other people. But please notice the athletic type of dancing and the excitement that they cause just by doing all these different dances. And George Ramus, from what I understand from the dancers, he was like a top sergeant. He didn't let anybody get away with anything. He wanted everything precise, and he really did a good job in having them depict exactly what the song was about. So, and I'm thankful for them because they do explain different things as they go along. So we don't want to take too much time because I think the tape is like 40 minutes. So we'll go ahead with it. It's from 1988. So that's quite a long time ago. 1988 celebration. So the early days, I think celebration was started in 1982.
Mhm.
So this was quite in the early years.
Mm.
So let's go ahead with the tape.
Okay, يقتي.
It's called the outside, and the dancers are announced their arrival, and they're waiting to be invited ashore to dance. So that's what they're doing right now.
بنفتيش.
The costumes you see here are the interior Indian design, we call it. Because we used to do a lot of trading with the interior Indian, and we had their song. The interior Indian would mean Petlin, Fort Yukon, Northway, and so the next song is performed by the boys. It's interior Indian. In traveling through the different places and the coast, they used to write songs about the different events, different things that happened to them. And number one, they always used to write love stories, the love songs, to the other tribe or to an individual or to the whole world itself. And so the next song is going to be a lady's. It's a love song about a gentleman in our area. And I think the women do it better, so I'll let them proceed with it.
And who can do better than my granddaughter?
Used to observe a lot of things. A lot of their songs written about different things that happened in our world as we knew it. Some of it was spiritual, some of it was stories about different everyday events. But the next song is a pretty little song to be mute. It's about the tide going out. Must have been a minus run out. Because it goes way out, and the ravens and the crows are so happy when they see the tide go out, because all this food is in front of them. Mussels, clams, fish, all. And they just hop around and make noise. And the second part is they're so sad, they could cry because the tide is coming up. So that's the next song. I think there's a discrepancy in the program someplace up here. I was going to school in Cleveland, and I met one of my schoolmates over there, a very good friend of mine from Appalachia, Freddie Bolton. And while we were going to school there, he used to ask us, how many dogs you got in your dog team? You know, if you ate American food before you came down to Cleveland, did you see American money before you came down there? Do you live in the ice house? You know, and Freddie, we tell him, no, we don't live in ice house. But then Freddie said, well, I'm kind of tired of telling them I don't live in the ice house. So now anytime they ask me, I tell them, yeah, I live in an ice house. But as people from Alaska discovered something new, when we built our ice houses in the fall time, we put Kool-Aid in there. Now we got different color ice houses all over the place. The next song is an Athabascan song, if I'm correct. When we first started our program, we could dance 7 different dances. We could dance a Tlingit, Interior Indian, the Tsimshian, Aleut, and the one from Copper River, and one from Canada. And so our program used to be 2 hours long, just steady dancing. And now when I try to think back, well, what this song belongs to this one, and this one belongs to this one, so even I get a little confused. But Xanadu is a Copper River. Yo!
Xanadu, Xanadu, I think I'm getting a little too old for that. There are some people from Yakutat that I would like to introduce at this time that aren't, dancers. And one of them is my cousin Elaine Ramos. Please come up and join us. And another one is Judy. Is this Judy, or I get them mixed up? And this is Guy. Oh, I think I'll have you introduce yourself.
I will. I'm Charmaine Ramos, and my Tlingit name is Kusatra. Thank you.
And also from Yakutat is my sister. She's from Yakutat, Likdakade, and also her daughter. And also, I think I saw Tommy Jimmy in the audience. Tommy? He snuck out, I guess. And is there anybody else I met? Cecilia Coons, Gusuwa Hakta. Yisaka Yakta Takawewa. Hataksu anak Hashikote Shaksati Susie Abraham Edith Renner.
Ladies and gentlemen, has Grandma Susie? I'm glad to be here among my native people. We've been dancing for many years, but they stopped it. Lately, Harry Bremner started again after we came back from Sitka. And from that time, we tried to teach the young people, but lately, it's kind of loose. Now they're trying to start it again. All the songs are composed at Yakutat. I'm glad to know you. I know lots of you are related to Yakutat. If you Tlingit people, Tlingit Yakat, Kagantan Reddy Yakat, Akatrachtivuk Likai. Achturuak Ayakachut Kagohagi, Tlingit Yushka with the name. Chiksikin Kai the Konataka a hunch. Ye Yagi Dak to a tea and that Gosani. Yaki Hut Hukudita Sakotini. Shigit the Henyak that 2 days, but we can't mention it. Chigihon, which is a coup from way back. Where you can make that 2 days.
Ya khat kul chishu qasqa ya ta khaya khat te qatiga te ya khat khhtadi ada kha yes chutak ya ki khoti ya khat khtuk itet qahal ke khat dalchi da ju ta khatte khaduk tak khada qahtu wasigol khakh Ichtuqachte te khulke akhik has a bidigadach brother khasete sisterhood digadach to sister khasete itat qate ya kalte ya khatul tse jar qagi khotega khotej khatso kudal chishu vidaga kha akhik has Ach, kijk, als ik het kerst ja, goed cheese.
Is there a Patrick Anderson in the house? He is from Yakutat too. I know Tommy Jimmy, come on up here, Patrick. I know Tommy Jimmy's hiding back there. He keeps saying no, but Tommy, I know you're back there. We got another one there, Mel Renner. Shall I do Hakda? Hakuda? Come on up with us. Yakutat people. I seen Byron Malott. I seen him back in the back room. Okay. These are our Yakutat people. Come on up here. Emma Marks, Genevieve Newman, to Yakutat. This successor, Genos Chisha, Sache, Genos Chish. Thank you. Uh-huh. The Ravens want to come the Ravens from Yakutat want to come up too.
Thank you. Ray Smith, Jay Malott, E. Sherry, Patricia, Robert Melton, and Paul Jackson. I'd like to take a little time here and lay some history on you. I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a flag. It's very unusual. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, Dr. Nakeen of Teokrady, from Yakutat, at one time, after the purchase of the state, now they call it the state territory of Alaska, they took 5 individuals from Yakutat and put them on a Navy gunboat, Unayagu. And they traveled. And when he came back, he told stories, and he had with him his uniform, and also had a whistle, the way I understand it. I think it's a boaster's whistle, because every celebration event, he put his uniform on, and he would appear with his whistle. Later, when they held the potlatch for him, the ladies took his hat, his sailor cap, the old pancake type, and they put the fringes on there. And this was the hat used to the potlatch in Sitka in 1904. They called it Winnewasha Sahu. You see them around here, they got the fringes on there. That's where they originated from. Also from the Dry Bay area originated the ermine shirt. The first ermine shirt was made like the one I'm wearing from the Alsac area, but the lapels were made out of the green heads of mallard. My grandfather, eventually we lost his uniform, but we kept his flag, which I have here. It's a very old flag, and I'd like to show it to you, because I think it's a once in a lifetime you'll ever see one like this. The original flag with 13 stars on there. It's a very old flag, and I'm very fortunate to be able to use it. And that's why a lot of these people on this stage come from this clan of this gentleman. His name is Dr. Nakeen. And this is all we have left. We haven't got his uniform, and we haven't got the whistle. I thank you very much. The symbol of all Tlingit Nation is the paddle. With the paddle, we traveled and traded up and down the coast of Alaska. From the land of the Kootenai in the north, which is the Chugach Indians up above Cordova, to the land of the Flatheads. I remember stories about the Flatheads when I was small, and I used to wonder, what is that? The land of the Flatheads. It wasn't very long ago I found out the Flathead tribe comes from the Columbia River. So this is how far they traveled with the paddle. And also, when you went to war, and the Tlinkits fought a lot of battles because you didn't dare try to take their land away from them. One tribe, it was war. If somebody was killed in a boat, they would stand the paddle in his place, right where he sat, right where he was assigned. The paddle would stand there. And when the boat was coming in back into the village, a wife can look out and she can see whose paddle is standing. It was very rare time that a boat had to be towed back by another boat because most of the paddles were standing in there. If we had the time, I would stand a paddle right here because last time I was on this stage, my uncle, Harvey Melton, was addressing the group from here, my true uncle, and he isn't with us anymore. I would stand a paddle in his place, but time is wrong. So we'd like to do for you the paddle song.
Before we start, I would like to call on one more person who was adopted into the Yakutat tribe, Kanashta. You do a soak, Kanashta. Hakutka, Matilda Lewis, Yakdate.
I'm too short. I think everybody knows Matilda Lewis, Slovak, Wrangell, Petersburg, all over. And most of your people know, I think, that I adopted her from my sister. Her name was in English, Lina. And I named her in Tlingit, Kanashta. And I just wanted your people to know she is Tluknakati. I adopted her through Tluknakati. So I just want to tell you folks, he loves Yakutat, she loves Yakutat people. She goes up there with me and things goes on. So I just want you folks to know.
George.
Ah,
think I went right past Columbia River that time. We have one more song we'd like to do. It was on the schedule beforehand, but then we moved it back. And like I told you, they wrote all kinds of songs. But a gentleman traveled from Yakutat to Dry Bay, which is about 70 miles, as the crow flies, and he fell in love. So when he went back to Yakutat, he wrote a song. And the song is called The Honey Song. And at this time, we would like to dedicate the Honey Song to our sister state, Hawaii. I think the clock tells us that we ran out of time. So we will close with this one, and I think our dances will be a different set tomorrow, and I think it's at 2 o'clock. So if you can make it, be there. Hey!
How much time do we have?
We're about 4 minutes till.
Yeah, okay. The songs for coming in and the song for going out or exit. It's a chance for the dancers to show off their skills, and the dancing is very exciting to see that, because they are getting the opportunity to show off their skills. The other thing is, See Alaska became very strict in celebration about having too many speeches, which was a problem for some of the dance groups. It became a really big problem for them doing that, because they insulted a group. So that had to be, a couple of years ago, had to be taken care of. And when a Tlingit gets insulted, you have to make a payment to say you're sorry. And I don't know what See Alaska did, but they did go to talk to the dance group that refused to come, because they were asked not to do any speeches. So it was, I think it was resolved. And the song examples they gave were very short, and because of the speeches. So in 2010, George Ramos brought the dance group, and it was very, very precise. No speeches, just announcements for the dances. And in a way that's good, but you don't get the history like he wanted to pass on to other people, and to honor other people in the audience that were from Yakutat. So that was interesting to me.
Yeah, that was really cool. I liked the speeches in this one. I learned in the history, Unayagu for gunboat. And I really liked hearing Grandma Susie introduce herself. I'm definitely going to play that again and listen to how she speaks. Are there any other questions or comments before we break for the day?
So on Thursday, we're going to have another dance group. The dances are similar because they have the outside song, the coming in, and the going out. So then the songs and the clothing they wear is really different. So we'll be looking at that on Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it. I did.
Chatsu. Okay, well, goodness, thank you for sharing with us about the dance group, giving us some background information and some of the cultural knowledge. And goodness, Shuhan, for coming. We'll see you again this Thursday for our last class for the term at 12 o'clock.
Kunaschish.
Kunachtish.
Raschish.
Kunaschish.
Chish at flame.
Ja, Gunners Chief, die Quasatin, that's the Hunky.
If you have any comments or questions or knowledge that you have to add to this, you can text. Let us know. Thursday.
Ah,